Guys, Tom here. I'm waiting for a smoothie, actually a acai bowl, which I think I'm saying wrong. I'm not going to get into that right now. Here's today's lesson, and it's be careful who you take advice from. I'm going to keep this in the context of health, fitness, and nutrition. Here's the deal. A lot of people in health, fitness, and nutrition will prescribe and live in a world of stuff that has worked for them, and that could be one thing. So let me give you an example. The 22-year-old who has perfect hormones, has no job, has all the time in the world to train, eat, sleep, all that stuff. Cool, like has a ripped body that works for him. It's awesome, good for him, good on him for putting action and you know, preaching what he says. But what happens when he gets a 55-year-old mother of four who's working part-time, raising kids, has relationship stuff going on, is part of her church, likes to travel? You see what I'm saying? These are two very different people, right? So just watch out with who you take advice from, and watch, you know, a lot of times what I'll see, for example, is people live in a very narrow-minded place of health, fitness, and nutrition. So if something worked for them, they kind of stop learning. They're like, you know, this works for me, I know everything, let's just prescribe this to all the people. And what happens is you become a one-trick pony as a fitness coach, as a nutrition coach, as a lifestyle coach, right? Because you only have this one way of doing things. And it's kind of like a marketing thing. They say, you know, you got to go to your niche, and that's great to know exactly who you want to work with. But there's a big difference between your niche and your toolbox. And I'll have you consider the best fitness and nutrition coaches have a toolbox that is almost unlimited, right? In terms of prescription. That's why if I get a client that's a certain person with certain needs, wants, desires, certain background, they're all unique, right? I'm going to prescribe what I think is the best possible program for them. But if that doesn't work out optimally in an optimum way, or it's not fast enough, or it's not working with their lifestyle, then I have something else to fall back on. And if that doesn't work, I have something else to fall back on. And I can continue to tweak programs and to implement new concepts in terms of training, and nutrition, and all that, right? Let me put this in a simple context. The CrossFit coach who only knows paleo, and their client comes up to them and is like, listen, and this happens all the time, I am super plateaued, what do I do? And what do they say? Let's cut out more carbs. And the person's like, I already have very little carbs. And they're like, okay, let's do even less carbs, or change the type of protein you're having. And a lot of times the change of quality is not going to give them the result that they want. But this coach is only in the paleo world, so they don't really know what else to do. They wouldn't really know what to do with maybe upping the carbs and doing like a macronutrient program, or maybe doing some sort of intermittent fasting, or doing a carb refeed maybe once a week to boost leptin and kind of reset the system, shock the system, or stuff like that. Like you get where I'm coming from. So this is a little long-winded. But be careful who you take advice from, and make sure they're not a one-trick pony, because there's a lot of them out there. And while they can get results for themselves, maybe their buddies that are very similar in terms of age and all that, make sure they have some social proof in terms of who you are, your age, your background, people just like you who have minimal time and are stressed out or whatever, and just want to get results. Guys, have a badass day. Happy Friday. I'm out.